got the Uncanny reality iceberg. Let's go. First up, we have the Mandela effect. Most people have heard of this one, but it's still a banger. The Mandela effect is when a large group of people collectively remember something differently than it actually occurred. The most famous example of this is the Berenstain Bears. A lot of people, including myself, thought Berenstain was spelled with an E-I-N at the end. It's actually spelled with an A-I-N. Other examples include people remembering Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s when he actually lived until 2013, or the Monopoly Man having this little when he never did, or Curious George having a tail when he's always been tailless. If you've spent any amount of time on the internet, you've undoubtedly heard at least one of these, so here are some lesser known ones that I find very cool. Millions, including myself, vividly remember the Fruit of the Loom logo having a cornucopia. I'll even go so far as to say that's how I learned what a cornucopia actually was, by seeing the Fruit of the Loom logo and asking, hey, what is that? Many people also vividly remember walking into the torch of the Statue of Liberty and looking out the windows of the torch and taking photos, but in reality the torch was closed since 1916. And finally, we have this movie Shazam, but the movie just never existed. So apparently thousands of people just schizoed this movie called Shazam that starred the comedian Sinbad as a genie who appears to a pair of kids to help them do something, but the movie never actually existed. Next up, we have liminal spaces. Once again, if you've spent any time online in the past few years, you've definitely seen these images. Empty malls at 3 a.m., deserted schools, hallways with the lights off, fluorescent lit parking garages with no cars. These are typically places you aren't supposed to linger in for very long. And when they're empty, they trigger this sense of wrongness, like your brain knows it's not supposed to be there. If you're anything like me, then you also get this unexplainable sense of dread looking at these images, almost like you're being watched even though clearly nobody's there. Some people describe it as nostalgia mixed with anxiety, like you're remembering a place from a dream you never actually had. The uncanny part is that these spaces feel universally familiar to everyone who views them, even though they have never actually been to that specific location. It's pretty creepy, and it actually inspired the Backrooms, which I have another iceberg on, so go check that out if you want to.